That's all. Thank you, Leher. Honorable United Nations officials, though they are not here. Honorable Minister of State, Government of India, ex-Governor Sikkim, His Excellency Ambassador of Bhutan, distinguished ambassadors of countries, eminent guests and dignitaries on the dais, ICUNR officials, dear friends from media, ladies and gentlemen, a very good evening, a very happy evening to you all. I take this opportunity to render my heartiest congratulations to ICUNR and the torchbearer of Developing Happiness Index in India, Mr. Rajesh Ram Satija, for organizing such a relevant event in this part of the world full of miseries. ICUNR and the Himalayan Kingdom Bhutan, who has championed an alternative measure of national and societal prosperity called the Gross National Happiness (GNH), truly deserve kudos. A big hand for them. At the outset, I must thank you for inviting me to speak at this event about something that we all love and want to be happy. It's a great privilege to share one's thought in front of such an august gathering, and at the same time, it's a huge responsibility to keep up with the momentum of such an innovative and much awaited event by such a reputed organization. We all are here to celebrate World Happiness Day, and your presence in large number shows that each one of us present over here has a commitment towards propagating happiness while remaining in the state of happiness. With this great onus, we all need to answer one question before we come to any consensus regarding attainment of a state of happiness. Those in the audience, could you please raise your hands or nod your head if you know the answer to the question, who am I? I'm sure I can see nodding heads. I'm sure most of you might be having some or other answers, but you all would agree with me that to find happiness, only one thing which one needs to remind himself or herself is that realization of who am I. We wander in temples, mosques, dargahs and for gurus for this realization. But the moment you realize that you are a child of that ultimate power, the Almighty, the universal truth, you will be fully elated and will have complete sense of blissfulness. You will attain highest degree of consciousness with permanent blessed state of being and infinite inner peace within. Believe me. The moment we forget this one statement, who am I, it leads to miseries and all sort of unhappiness. So here, I appeal on this World Happiness Day that let us just feel and make ourselves empowered with this thought process which may answer to our quest of happiness. This is an simplistic example and explanation of happiness on a spiritual level. But however, on a materialistic plane, physical discomfort, prolonged illness may give rise to sadness in a person. So the simple question here is whether sadness and happiness are on the same continuum. Some great loss of a family member may lead to grief and sadness, but happiness does not normally come when you get cured. However, happiness may dawn upon you when you regain the strength, inner peace and are able to perform all those activities which you always wanted to do. So, how does one get into this state of being happiness? You can watch a dozen of TED Talks, buy 50 self-help books that should be able to give you some neat ways to do this. You can meditate, can practice yoga, can practice mindfulness, be grateful and say thank you more and so on. Today, I'm not going to tell you what are the secrets of a happier living, as I do not think I have any authority to educate you on this. But today, I would like to share the realization I have had in my career for 25 years as an educator. First as a teacher, then as a professor, then as CEO of a corporate foundation, and finally today as CSR and education consultant and entrepreneur. Though this might not be very profound and life-changing, but believe me, just like we need nourishment and a shower on daily basis, I hope these nuggets work like some good cutting chai for your heart and soul and help you hit the reset button on your approach to life. The key message from my side today: you are a more powerful force in creating happiness for yourself than you give yourself credit for. How happy you are depends more on how you react to the things than to the circumstances. Here I would like to share how after my both daughters went off to college 8 years back and my husband in a time-demanding job, I was asked from every friend, family, relative, colleagues at work about degree of sadness I might be having. As I had more time on weekends, so I decided begin using the skills I had developed over the years as an educator, trainer, administrator to organize self-help workshops, connecting college students to the community and revitalizing the village schools nearby in the vicinity, and adopted a small village called Jatpur in Uttar Pradesh, rather than thinking about the void in my life. Initially, I did it as a part of my consciousness to let students understand their part of social responsibility. But then, as a part of my job of CEO of a corporate foundation. And then, I realized that the answer to the quest of my happiness lies here. So when I left the job of CSR and started my own company, I couldn't stop going to the village there as I was a happier person on the days I went to the village. The kids I met there were a strange sort of happy. They are not affected by the circumstances life gives them, but are able to create their own happiness. That was a lifetime experience for me. Each one of us, trust me, each one of us hold this power, even although we often forget this. So, today the key message here is that when you start driving happiness by doing things which are helpful to the society at large and disadvantaged groups in particular, the concept of CSR for the government, company, industry and philanthropy of individual level has direct bearing on your happiness index. Although many of us have gone online to find 10 key principles of happiness called Great Dreams. But here, with your permission, I would like to end by saying and sharing a very simple small video clip showing that how did I find that happiness is a state of mind and an outcome of being positive. Happiness may be found in many forms, but I realized that it works as a multiplier effect and it comes from spreading it around. Last but not the least, I realized that the search for happiness is the main reason for unhappiness. Accept the life as it comes and you will find happiness every moment. Thank you for being such a patient audience. Stay blessed, stay connected with the Supreme and stay happy. Jai Hind.
जी हमारे साथ हैं, 70 साल इनकी उम्र है। आपने पढ़ाई करनी कब शुरू की? पढ़ाई करनी जी क्लास चलिए जब यहीं सीखी है। खिंच गया। हमें ये सिखाना है कि ये मेरा गांव है, ये मेरी जिम्मेवारी है कि यहाँ का हर एक बच्ची पढ़ी हुई हो, हर एक बड़ा बुजुर्ग इज्जत मिले, हर एक औरत अपने आप को एम्पावर्ड समझे, सक्षम समझे और हर एक युवा जो इस गांव से बाहर निकलकर एक नौकरी करना चाहता है, पढ़ा लिखा होना पढ़ लिख करके कुछ बनना चाहता है, उसके सपने पूरे हों।
Thank you, Dr. Sushi Singh. That was truly inspiring. And I'm suddenly feeling a sort of happiness that I did not so far. Thank you. Next, I would like to